Welcome back to the Mad Spideyverse. I'm Mad Spidey, and thank you once again for tuning in to my channel. Today will be another one of my statue collection videos. Some of the guys in the community have given me an idea until I actually work out how to do that. But basically the idea is going to be that instead of me going through the whole spiel of who Bowen Designs is and all the range and everything like that, that I'd put like a little pre-recorded video basically telling you what I do every single video. Until I work out how to do that, I'm going to do the whole spiel each and every episode. So anyway, I'll probably, just ask one of the guys how to do it, and then I'll work that out. So hopefully sooner rather than later, from then on, I won't go through the whole spiel every video. I'll literally just, point and go, look, if you want to know more, obviously click on the, the video link and all that sort of stuff. So until I do that, as I said, doing the whole spiel. So my statue collection, in case, basically is all Bowen Designs statues. So Bowen Designs was very prevalent back in the mid to late 90s to early 2000s. They were the premier statue company, well, in my opinion anyway. But pretty much there was bits and pieces, other companies and stuff like that. But not much else was around at that time. Obviously nowadays you got, Sideshow and Iron Studios and PCH and a million different other statue companies. But yeah, as I said, back in the day, Bowen was the company to buy. Especially seeing if you were a Marvel collector, that's pretty much all they did because they had the license at the time. They did 3 ranges. They did a mini bust, a mini statue, and a full-size statue. The mini statue was basically 9 times out of 10 exactly the same as the full-size statue. Thus, I decided to, even though in the early days I did collect the mini statues, I decided to cull the range. Just go for the mini bust and the full-size statue. I did try very hard to become a completist and get everything, but obviously a lot of time, a lot of money, rarity. Buying most of my stuff from the States obviously cost a lot of money, and obviously shipping was an absolute killer because all this stuff, a lot of it's big. But I amassed quite a collection, thus my video series of my statue collection was born. Now today I'd say it's going to be something a little bit different. It is and it isn't. I'll be doing another mini bust today, but I will use the term mini very, very loosely because it's nowhere near a mini. Usually mini bust is, sort of 5-6 inches sort of tall. This thing is like, it's basically the size of some of the full-size statues. This thing is so big. But they've pretty much done it like, I suppose you'd sort of say it's almost to scale where, like a Wolverine or a Spider-Man or a Captain America bust or whatever, would be one of the small ones. This is a character that it is enormous in size in the actual comic book, so I suppose that's probably the reason why they decided to do it. The other thing to note probably is this might be in favour of my boy Remy. It's actually a Thor villain, and the actual villain. And when you see the box, like if you've watched any of my videos before, you see the sizes of the boxes, you can sort of tell whether it's a mini bust or a full-size statue. This box is literally about the size of a full-size statue box. And the character is Surtur. So, yeah, very, very, very cool character. Very awesome bust. I'm so happy to have this one in my particular collection. Now, to go along with the whole Bowen Designs spiel and stuff like that, the box, as you notice, has got that unique, or I wouldn't say unique, but that trademark grey look that's got sort of, comic characters and words and names and, comic pages and stuff like that in it. That's their signature sort of box. Now, with the mini bus, like the full-size statue, on the side of one of the sides, it will have, sort of dimensions, how tall it is, and who sculpted the prototype and things like that. And sometimes if there are different versions, there will be like 2 versions in 2 different photos, and then usually there's a sticker on the front saying which version it is. The other side, now only in the minibus, they didn't do it with the full size. They'll give you a synopsis of the character itself, generally, when it first appeared and things like that. And the other thing is that the 2 pictures down below, generally the first picture will be an older book, if it's an older character, obviously. Generally the first appearance or something relatively close to the first appearance. And then a newer book of obviously that was being released with the character in it, closer to the release of this particular statue, mini bust, whichever you like to call it. The other cool thing about this was a very, very low edition run. So this was, and it's a really weird number. I've mentioned before, mini busts usually run anywhere between about 2,000 to 3,000, up to like 8,000 to 9,000, maybe even 10,000 sometimes. So to get under 1,000 is very, very rare, but it does happen. And this was a really odd number. This one's an edition of 386. So a very weird edition number, but a very, very low edition number. So obviously extra special to actually get it. All right. Now, obviously we need to open it up, show you what it actually looks like. Hopefully I can get into it relatively quickly. So, and if you've, as I said, once again, you watched any of these videos before, generally on the forum it'll either say up or the Bowen Designs symbol to say which way to open it. This one actually doesn't. So, which is kind of surprising. So I'm just trying to test on where the weight is. I probably could have gone and go the other way. Alright, now with this one, there's a few bits and pieces to it. It's not necessarily just a straight up and down, pull the whole unit out and there it is. It's actually, well, obviously because of the physical size of it, it's quite large and quite a few mini pieces. So as you can see, the nice fiery base. And that's the other thing that I've mentioned before, is that, yeah, generally the more they went on, the more elaborate things got, especially with the bases. So this is 38 out of 386. So a fairly small number, but I've never really been overly fussed by that. We also have his big ass sword. Well, part of it anyway, because the actual other part's actually part of him. What else have we got here? So we got part of his crown, horns, whatever you'd like to call it. I think that's all of them. And there is Surtur himself, looking very, very menacing and very buff. Very, very buff. So as you can see, it's got the sword handle in there. So I don't think there's any other pieces from what I can see. Alright, so let's see if we can put him together and show you what it actually looks like complete. Alright, so we can tell that that goes into there. We'll put the sword, hopefully put the sword on. There we go. Now, where does his horn go? Right smack in the middle of his head. There we go. And there he is. All complete and ready to cause some trouble. So, very, very big, very cool, very detailed for a mini bust. And I'm glad absolutely glad to have that in my collection. So, there we go. Make sure he sits here, I don't want him falling over. So that will do for this particular video. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. Hopefully you watched the whole video, or at least just skip my baffle and waffling and whatever to the end, to the good stuff, to actually see the actual unit itself, which is fine. But yeah, please do all that usual YouTube stuff. Leave a comment down below if you like it, if you've got some Bowen statues, just want to say, yeah, that's cool, or whichever. All the comments are greatly appreciated. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, because apparently it helps the algorithm, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you that do that. But most of all, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, and you're watching this, because I do notice that in my analytics there are quite a bit of percentage of people that actually just watch and they're not subscribed. So please, you don't have to do all the other stuff. Please just hit the subscribe button. It's just it helps me to grow my channel and to get more eyes on my channel, and hopefully get to some bigger goals, which would be great. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.